What's up, you guys? Lewin here at GarageBand and Beyond. Welcome back. So today I'm making my very first Patreon patron requested video. So you guys all get to benefit from this guy's patronage. He got to request a video, and if you guys don't know, my Patreon page there's a link for it below, and it's a way to help and support GarageBand and Beyond, my channel. Also, we do sort of all sorts of behind the scenes stuff over there. I talk about a lot of stuff I don't talk about on my channel, more stuff that I've reserved for my own personal arsenal of secrets for recording. It's just getting started, and to all the people who have signed up, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm glad you guys like what I do, and I'm going to keep doing it because clearly you guys like it. So check out the link below for patreon.com if you want to find out more about that. Anyway, so the reason I'm here today, talk about how to record your electric guitar amplifier with a microphone. Now, today I'm going to be talking mostly about dynamic mics, but you can definitely do this with condenser microphones, but most commonly on the electric guitar amplifier, you use a dynamic microphone, especially if it's going to be really loud. If you're going to have your amp cranked up, you probably want a dynamic microphone because those higher sound pressure levels can really damage a condenser mic. So the microphone I'm using today is a Shure SM7b. This is, one of the two most common ones. The other one would be the Shure SM57. They're both awesome for recording electric guitar amplifiers. I prefer the SM7b. I think it's a little bit beefier and it's a little bit more resilient. Like when I do decide to hit this thing as hard as I want, it's never gonna, it'll never hurt it, It's a really, really tough, beefy sounding microphone, like most things that Shure makes. So when you're placing a microphone on a speaker, for example, this is a 212. This is the Peavey Classic 50. It has two 12-inch speakers, one here and one over here. And it's hard to see through the grill cloth, but if you imagine the center's about here, I'm about 3/4 of the way out from the center with my microphone, not right on the edge, but right before the edge of the speaker. If you could feel, like here's the edge. I don't know how well you can tell, but here's the edge of the speaker. So this is pretty much where you want it. Nice thing about this position and why it's the most common is that it's pretty much the most well-balanced position where you get all the lows and you don't get too many highs. And that's really, the important thing to understand is how the speaker of your amplifier works. So basically, in the center, the little part that is convex, that is actually emitting all of the high end, or the majority of the high end. That's really, the coil is right behind that section. And it is really dispersing and sending out as much high end as it can. And then as you go away from the center, you get all the mids and the low tones. So I'd say, where I'm putting my microphone is, it's not that scientific really. I typically just sort of go 3/4 of the way out, bam, and just stick it right there on the edge. 100% of the time, that's going to be a great place to start at very least. You can move that microphone to where you need it so the guitar player doesn't have to actually change his tone. You never want to accommodate the recording process too much. You want to, when it comes to recording electric guitars, that is, you want to be able to set up your guitar amp where it sounds really good in the room, and then you want to be able to capture that sound accurately with a microphone. Now, just for example's sake, I'm going to stick it right in the middle just so you can hear it. So let's hear what that sounds like. Right? Let me move it back out to the side. That actually looks better than where I had it before. Right? So you should have been able to hear a difference between when it was in the center and on the side. And that's why you should probably also be able to tell why you do want it on the side. It's a more desirable tone out here. Also, keep in mind that every amplifier, every speaker is going to be a little different. So you might even want to take the time to experiment with what speaker. And in this 212, I particularly like the right speaker a little bit better on this one. It's just a little bit beefier. Just seems like the clarity is nicer. The other thing about this is now a lot of people do use condenser microphones when they record electric guitars, and it's important to know where the sound pressure limits are on your condenser microphones when you're doing this. And also, when you do it, you don't want it like right up against the grill cloth like you would a 57 or a Shure SM7b. I push these pretty much right up against the grill cloth, and that works fine. But for a condenser, you're going to want to put a little bit of distance between the amplifier and the microphone, and that's mostly, to help it not get under too much pressure level. You don't want to damage the diaphragm of the microphone, which is a real possibility. But there are certain microphones that are out there that can go up to like 155 dB, so you can really push them hard. Just be aware of that. The reason people like using condenser microphones is because they're a little bit more shimmery. They're a little bit brighter. If you're looking for like a really beautiful clean electric guitar tone, definitely a condenser mic is a good thing to do. Also, you can, use them together. You could have a dynamic like this on there and then just have a condenser out in the room somewhere to help create more of a room sound. I've actually made videos about that. Just having, a close mic and an ambient mic is a really nice option to have as well. But I think the most important thing to remember is 3/4 of the way out from the center, you're really just going to be fine. That's the way to do it. So you guys, I think that pretty much covers the simplest thing ever, which is just throwing a microphone on the electric guitar amplifier. Just remember, you're trying to capture the sound of the electric guitar amplifier. You're not trying to create a whole new tone. You want it to sound just like it sounds in the room, and with minimal tweaking in the mix stage, because boy, trying to change an electric guitar like a distorted tone or something is really tough after the fact. So try to get it right the first time. Spend the time moving the microphone around, and work with it before you hit the record button, and just make sure it's right before you record. All right, that's it. Good luck, you guys. Please check out my Patreon page below, and as always, sign up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Later.